Marvel's Netflix shows deserve credit for the mature approach they take at bringing their street-level heroes to the small screen via Netflix. After Daredevil Season 1's success, more was set to come, and this included Luke Cage. While it had been a considerable while since we'd seen a black-led superhero film or TV show, Christmas came early for Harlem and us the viewers when Luke Cage premiered back in 2016. After his performance was well received in Season 1 of Jessica Jones, Mike Coulter continued to portray the knuckle-busting, bulletproof Black Power man with style and charisma. I like that the show used hip-hop with its soundtrack and in the show itself, with songs like Long Live the Chief, and appreciate that Cheo Coker wrote the show to show more of Luke's backstory. It was high time for a black superhero to be seen kicking ass and taking names, and though 2018 seemingly is the year of the black superhero, with Black Panther and Black Lightning both being very successful, Luke Cage was a success too in itself. One of the most common and interesting complaints of Season 1 of Luke Cage is that the latter half of Season 1 didn't quite match up with the early part of the season. While the Defenders somewhat benefited from lesser episodes, I will agree that maybe the 13 episode run for the Marvel Netflix heroes is doing more harm than good. For example, I love The Punisher Season 1 more than anyone, but even I can admit that it took a while for the first season to get going. Luke Cage overall to me didn't have a bad debut, but I will profess that I dislike that the writers chose to kill off Cottonmouth. While Cottonmouth isn't Luke Cage's only foe, and Cottonmouth wasn't necessarily his greatest arch nemesis, Cottonmouth was someone I feel could have had a greater impact in later seasons. I also feel that his death came at an inopportune moment, right as they started to add layers to his character and make his story a bit more interesting. Right as they started to show some of Cottonmouth's backstory, he was killed off a tad bit too soon. While Cheo Coker has stated that this was the plan all along, I do wish that Cottonmouth had at least been the sole villain for Season 1, because given how laughably awful Diamondback was, I know for a fact that Luke Cage's and Cottonmouth's final bout would have been something terrific. Cottonmouth felt more threatening and ultimately more antagonizing, while Diamondback came across as a joke. Ironically enough, I feel the same way about Alexandra on the Defenders series, that once her character was killed off, the show got less interesting. I ultimately think that this decision hurt Luke Cage Season 1 as a whole, and hope that something similar doesn't happen come Season 2. Mahershala Ali is a very talented actor, and in my opinion, he certainly deserved better.